Hey everyone, and welcome to Kognito Key. Today we're going on a journey, and I mean a really, really long journey.
Have you ever just stopped for a second and thought about it? How does a TV show travel like over 22,000 miles from deep space all the way to your living room, and it happens in a flash? It feels like it should be magic, right? But nope, it's all just incredible science. Well, the science behind this whole thing is called direct broadcast satellite, or DBS for short, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's this amazing service that sends signals straight from a satellite that's parked in orbit directly to that little dish on your roof. There's no middleman, it's just a straight shot from space to your house.
So what are we actually getting from this amazing tech? Well, it's not just about the picture. DBS beams down super sharp digital video, crystal clear digital audio, and yep, even internet services. It's really the whole package.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to follow this signal on its epic journey, step by step. First, it's broadcast from space, then it's caught by your dish. After that, it gets processed by the unit outside, and finally, it's decoded by the box inside your home.
So it all starts way, way up there, high above the planet. A satellite sends out its signal, and it covers this huge area called a footprint. A great way to picture it is like a giant flashlight in space, just shining its beam down and covering an entire region with that TV signal.
And this isn't just any old signal. It's broadcast on a really specific, super high frequency. We're talking about 12 gigahertz. And there's a good reason for that. Using such a high frequency is pretty smart because it helps dodge all the traffic and noise you'd find on the lower frequencies that everyone else is using. But here's the first big challenge. After making that massive 22,000-mile trip, the signal that finally gets to your house is, well, it's incredibly weak. So let's head up to your roof and see how that little dish of yours solves this big problem. Okay, so this unit outside, it's got two really important jobs to do. Job number one, take that super faint signal and boost it. Job number two, change that signal to a totally different frequency so it can make the rest of the trip through the cable into your house. Now, to fix that weak signal problem, it uses this really special piece of hardware. It's called a low noise amplifier, or LNA, and its whole purpose is to give that faint signal a nice, clean boost so it can actually be used. And that word clean is everything. Think about it. It's like trying to hear someone whisper across a noisy room. The LNA is smart enough to just amplify the whisper, not all the background chatter. All right, next up, that super high 12 gigahertz frequency. Well, it's no good for the cables in your house, so it needs to be translated. A little device called a down converter steps in. It takes that high frequency signal and basically shifts it way down to a much friendlier range, something your regular old TV cable can easily handle. So let's recap where we are. The signal's been caught, it's been boosted, and it's been converted. Now its journey continues, down the cable from the roof and right into your house, to that little box sitting under your TV. Right, this box, the receiver, this is where you actually get to pick your channel. Inside there's a tuner, and you can think of it just like the dial on an old radio. The signal coming down the cable has a whole bunch of channels all mixed together, and the tuner's job is to skillfully pick out just the one you want to watch. And now we're at the final stretch. Once your channel is locked in, the receiver does three things incredibly fast to get the show on your screen. First, it demodulates. That just means it turns the signal into a stream of ones and zeros. Then it does some error correction, kind of like a spell check to fix any little mistakes in the data. And finally, it demultiplexes, which is a fancy word for separating out the single program you want to watch from everything else. And boom. Just like that, the signal's 22,000-mile journey is finally over. But here's what's so cool. This technology is way more important than just watching TV. It has some absolutely critical uses out in the real world. I mean, think about it. The power to broadcast directly to pretty much anywhere on the planet, that is a total game changer. We're talking about getting urgent disaster info out there, like for forest fires, or getting on-demand weather forecasts. It even helps with distance learning for people in really remote places. And, it's the tech that paved the way for things we take for granted now, like HD TV. So this all gets you thinking, right? Especially now, in the age of internet streaming. Everything is changing. And it brings up a really fascinating question. As the world keeps changing, what new journeys will satellite technology take us on next? Where does it go from here? Well, we hope you enjoyed following along on that incredible journey. If you liked this explainer, please make sure you subscribe to Kognito Key for more. And of course, a like and a share really, really helps support our channel. Thanks so much for watching.